Good morning everyone, it's Yvonne back to do the Leo reading. So today is Thursday and I'll be doing Leo and Virgo today. So Leo, you're first up. So because I've changed the format now, I'm going to do the weekly readings during the week each week. And you'll be able to find that out by going over to my Facebook page and liking my Facebook page. On there is a sort of, where am I over the next few months? So you can go and double check that. I'm trying to free up my weekends a little bit so I can have a bit more freedom to do some new things. This weekend though, I do have the live card pulls on the mini reads on Facebook on Sunday. I was supposed to do it last Sunday, but I was just not well enough to do it. So I've got it on for this Sunday, the 18th, so be looking out for that. Should probably have it on my board so I can talk about it on the What's Cracking reading. All right, let's have a look, Leo, and see what's happening for you, what the general energies are around you for this week. All right, so we have here the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is a card that talks about feeling left out in the cold. It's that feeling of, perhaps not being in the right place at the moment. Maybe your headspace is, preoccupied with other things. It can be a feeling of emptiness or a bit of sadness, or about feeling sort of blue, I guess is that one, where you're sort of feeling life's bleh. That sort of feeling whenever I see the Five of Pentacles, it is a very brief energy though. It doesn't sort of stay around, and it is something you can sort of fix by maybe seeking out friends to talk to or sort of changing your energy a little bit, but very much sort of feeling a bit blur at the moment. Okay, so we have the Death card. Well, that makes sense. Okay, so for many of you here, you may be experiencing some change in your world. Maybe this is change that you didn't expect, especially with the Five of Pentacles. It's sort of energy I feel here for some of you may be that someone sort of left you out in the cold, somebody's moved away from you, maybe something has broken down in terms of a relationship or something else around you where you're feeling a little bit like you've got to make changes now, but you may not really want to with this Five of Pentacles. You may be going through a I want to stay in bed and let the world go by at the moment. I'm got to make these changes, and I'm sort of contemplating where to start here. Okay, so the Ten of Pentacles is here. So there's always, something better on the horizon, isn't there? So in this particular case, it looks to me like whatever this change is that you're making in regards to perhaps letting something go or moving away from something is actually really good here, because you're bringing in this abundance, but maybe it's just difficult at the moment. So for example, maybe you're letting a job go that no longer serves you. Maybe you're walking away from a relationship. But I really feel here that what you've got is either a situation where the relationship wasn't going in the direction you wanted to go in, or, maybe the job just wasn't what it was cut out to be. But what the universe is saying here is actually what's in front of you is much, much better than what you're leaving behind. So with this Devil energy here, sometimes the Devil energy, this all makes sense here. There's the Eight of Pentacles. So for some of you, it is about work. The Devil energy is a card of being, tied to something or feeling that you can't do something, this obsessive sort of energy or this extreme energy. And it can mean a lot of things, but here it's sort of making me feel like you've been very reluctant to let go of a relationship or a job because you feel either tied to it for some reason, or you're feeling you can't do this by yourself. Something is changing within you here with that Death card. Something is changing within you where you're realizing actually what I'm doing here, what I'm putting up with, this energy here is actually not good for me. And I know that there is better things out there. I can feel it. But it's a matter of just sort of like riding the storm here. Yeah, that's what it feels like, riding the storm, just going with the flow, letting it happen, doing your grieving, and then moving on. So for some of you here, this is definitely about work or about changing the direction of your work. You don't know what lays ahead of you or lies ahead of you. And that's okay. You're willing to just make the changes that you need to make in order to move forward here. And there's the Ten of Cups. What can I say? So whatever this is that you're contemplating at the moment, whatever this is you need to let go of, the universe is saying what lies on the other side of this is so much better than what you're currently experiencing. But because you have the devil energy there, for some reason, you're feeling very tied to this thing or very sort of drawn to this thing that you're doing. So it may be a job that's got quite toxic. It may be a relationship that's not going anywhere. But whatever it is for you, Leo, it's the universe is saying, you know, taking this plunge, even though it doesn't feel great at the moment, is going to bring you great, maybe wealth, maybe happiness, but it's going to bring you maybe both on the other side of the fence. And there we go, end of the cycle. So the Ten of Swords is here. Now, the Ten of Swords is a card that talks of, sometimes it can talk of betrayal. I always see this card as the end of negative thinking, the end of self-punishment. Because what we tend to do is, you know, when we're trying to make decisions and working through our lessons, sometimes we can be our own harsh critic, or we can self-sabotage. And it very much has the energy of that here, where it's like you're doing this to yourself here. You're stabbing yourself in your back. You're, you know, giving yourself a hard time over something. So maybe you've wanted to maybe stop something for a while, cease something, let go of something, but it kept playing over and over in your head. So what you're in fact doing is like punishing yourself time and time again. And this is ending here. This is ending because you're realizing here that this really doesn't have a place for you anymore. You've done all this punishment, and you're moving into a new cycle. All right, so we have here the Three of Pentacles. So some of you may be moving out of a job and into your own business here. You may be deciding that it's time to launch something for yourself. But this Three of Pentacles is about self-investment too. So it might be that you're deciding that what you've been doing is draining you with that Ten of Swords. Like you can't keep doing it. So you're making this decision here to do what's right for you. Yes, Hanged Man energy. And the Fool, beautiful. So it's like a time of contemplation, a time of sitting back and sort of, Spirit is talking about taking inventory. So it's like you're sitting down and having a look at, okay, you know, where have I come up until now? What have I done? How have I invested? What can I take away from this? And what can I bring new into my world now? Because something here is taking you to this point where you're like, you know, put it in the effort bucket and move on. But that's what it feels like. It's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to go through this anymore. So what can I do here? What lessons can I take from this so that when I go off on my next adventure, I'm not dragging all this old baggage with me here. That's all I need here. I only need the little bit of baggage. I don't need all the other stuff that I've been carrying around for a really long time. So it's like casting off the old and just going with nothing here. Peeling it back, the layers. Okay, so we have the Moon card coming through with the Star card here. And the Three of Swords. It's funny because I gave those cards a really good shuffle, but you got very similar cards to the What's Cracking reading this morning. There's very much this energy in the universe at the moment of discarding, of letting go, of moving away from things, not holding on to things anymore, understanding the value of starting again. People are scared of change. They fear the pain and the heartbreak of making changes in their life. But you're starting to understand how to follow your inner journey, starting to understand how to follow your calling. And even though there's a lot of contemplation in this reading and a lot of letting go, there's a lot of promise of what lies ahead. Okay, there's the Tower. So you've got very similar cards to what was in the What's Cracking reading. The Empress and the Queen of Cups. In fact, they've almost fallen. Some of these have fallen in the same, very similar energies here. So maybe that's what I was picking up with Leo this morning. With some of you, obviously. are going through the same energies. Okay, so what I see here for you is leaving things behind. Being able to let go of some of the things in this baggage that have held you back. You're taking this leap of faith, you're letting go, and you're making changes here. I feel like this Tower is actually you making the changes rather than the universe here, though. It's almost like you're making the decision to let go of something. I'm just going to go back. I want to put some more cards on this. All right, so we have the Five of Pentacles coming through with the Death card. So there's definitely changes being made here. You're not happy with the way life is. You're not happy with a relationship, a job. You need to make change, and you're making that decision here. I very much feel, Leo, that this is your energy just as much as the universe is. Like you're really co-creating here. So you're really following your intuition. There seems to be something around you, though, that's made you feel tied to something, and for some of you it's work. But I do have the Ten of Cups coming through, showing me that there's great happiness in front of you here, but you've just got to let go of this energy that you need to change. Some of you could be making a decision here to move toward a water sign, or you could have heavy water sign placements. You're definitely birthing something new and understanding how to move forward on your journey here. But yours is very, very much about the process and understanding the process of letting go, not carrying those Ten of Swords around with you anymore, being able to let things go completely and start again, leaving your baggage behind. You're completely rebirthing here. And even though the Three of Swords is here, I don't feel the pain I normally do with the Three of Swords. So it's sort of like you've got this energy of, you know what? It might hurt for a little while with that Five of Pentacles, but I know that I've got better things in front of me. Okay, oh wow, okay. We have the Knight of Cups coming through here. You're definitely dealing with a water sign here. Okay, Six of Pentacles. So some of you, this is a relationship. Eight of Wands, Ten of Wands, Judgment. Okay. Some of you are choosing to leave behind a relationship and go after a water sign, for sure. So I have here, I'll just show you what I have. So I have the Queen of Cups coming through. So I feel like for some of you here, this change, this disappointment, and moving away from something is taking you towards another relationship. So this is what you're realizing here. Now, because I feel that this is your energy doing this more so than the universe here, there's almost this choice to move away from something and move towards something else. So to clarify, I got the Knight of Cups, which means there's an offer already on the table. If it isn't already on the table, it's coming. Because I have the Eight of Wands here, which implies that this is there's something moving very, very quickly for you here. And you're going to have to put your burdens down here, because there's either a rebirth of something, and you're moving towards this King. And we do have the Queen and the King of Cups here, by the way, too. So I do have both of them coming through in this reading. So I feel like for some of you, you're moving away from some sort of situation here with this Three of Swords and leaving behind someone to move towards someone that you believe is your destiny here. With the Judgment card, look at this. But this requires great change, and the unknown is here. So it's like you're taking a chance to move forward on something here that at the moment is not really known to you. But I do love that you're coming up as the Empress, which means that you're rebuilding self here, which is really cool. All right. So maybe walking away from a marriage or a relationship here to move into something new. I feel that you think this person, or feel this person is part of your destiny here. two, we only want one. No. I'm stubborn this morning. Oh, there it is. Okay, so what I have here is the answers you need are coming. So that's a full moon. Full moon in Gemini. Sorry, it takes a little while to find them in this book. Full moon. I bet there's an easy way to do it, but because it's new to me, I'm not sure. This card is a reminder that it's important to speak your truth, but remember that your words have consequences and impact your listener. Right now, you need to guard against indiscretion. The answers you need may well come soon. The issue you're facing could be one of a few conversations away from being resolved. If you're inquiring about a love situation, a little flirting may be called for. If you're in the middle of an argument, this card comes to you as a reminder of the old, very non-Gemini message, least said, soon mended. It's good to talk, but be careful you aren't causing yourself any issues with your words. Words have enormous power. As metaphysician Florence Scovel Shinn put it, your word is your wand. You create magic and your own reality every time you express yourself. Okay, this is really interesting because this is what I was saying about the words here, you know, hurting yourself over and over again. The additional meanings here is about sort of what I'm saying here, but I think for a lot of you it's really important that you understand how damaging your own words can be to yourself. But both jobs, if this is a job situation for you or a romance situation, both of these come out with good prospects in this particular Moonology card. So it's sort of like, doesn't matter which way you go here and what your choice is, you're moving towards better things. Thanks, Leo.